Hello, hello. Quick reading here. Let's have a look. I'm curious. Trump himself, I don't like reading on him. I don't like his energy, but I don't know what's going on with Trump, what's going to go on with Trump. Right now, he is feeling very viciously gleeful. He feels unstoppable. As in, he thinks he's unstoppable. I'm not saying he is. He is a vicious little weasel. And seriously, I had someone in the comments say something about him being the Antichrist or what have you. No, don't give him that much credit. He's not. He's not, trust me. Yeah, and now, well, he's brought up this whole healthcare thing, which the Republicans don't like. But overall, the Republicans like just, you know, it's like, okay, great, we can put this behind us. And so they're not as at odds as they were in the past. Yeah, it was pretty touch and go. You know, he'll talk about this like it's a war story. You know, like the wars he avoided while the people around him paid the price for. Including a war hero who is worth 1,000 Donald Trumps. Anyway, so here's the reading. Got the message. There was no collusion. And Mueller told Barr that several weeks before the report was released. And I think that found its way. It doesn't feel like it went straight, but it wound its way around to the White House eventually. But one way or the other, the message came, well, there's no collusion. Okay, we're moving on. Trump is standing on the backs of the downtrodden and the hurt and people suffering through the opioid crisis and floods and fire and storms and poor education and people who aren't getting tax returns. I mean, that's his foundation. It's his political foundation, and probably his foundation as a person. Above it, the possibility of his international dealings coming back to bite him in this rear end. Because there's not just in Russia where it sounds like he's been a very bad boy. Your future. America angry and frustrated. The majority of Americans. Because even for some Republicans, if the whole report isn't released, they can't completely put this to bed. They can't completely move on and get the message across for the 2020 elections. Home environment. It feels like this feels a little bit akin to a Vlad the Impaler kind of situation. If you don't know who that is, yes, he was the basis of the idea of Dracula, but no, he did other really horrendous, horrible things to his enemies. And do not go look, if you don't know, don't look it up unless you have a very, very strong stomach. But it feels like, yeah, Trump and his little vengeance parties, hopes and fears. Oh, Trump just wants to make money. He wants to get even with people. He wants to hurt people who dared go after him, and he wants to make money. Benjamins, baby. What other people see? We're not sure what to think about Mueller. Did he drop the ball? I do agree that he was probably hoping that the report would end up in Congress, and Congress would decide if the president had committed obstruction of justice. But we're still, we put a lot of faith. We probably put too much faith in that one thing. But final outcome, There's his corruption, his weed of crimes that bear bitter fruit. So far, he's been choking us with them. And it looks like he's just, this is more rallies, more... This feels like it's its own thing, where he's going around to the rallies and he's getting his little petty vengeance, vicious little nasty weasel face that he is. This is the fighting between Republicans and Democrats in Congress to let information out, in committees, attacking people. That whole, like that Cohen thing, is you're a liar, why should we listen to you? And then other Democrats asking real questions. So, but he's off on his own little cloud nine. Trump's on his own little cloud nine of above the fray. Untouchable. And who on earth would want to touch him? Oof, oof, oof. So, Trump. And this is Trump as the person, not the emperor. Enjoying his family. Oh no, just really enjoying his overcooked steak and 2 scoops of ice cream while people around him only have 1, because that means he's a big man. How pathetic can you get? There's Junior with that, I won't say it, with that person beside him until the bill comes due. That's what came into my head. They're actually, this is also the Republicans going on Fox News and Fox News itself and all of these things saying this is the president's innocent and, attacking one 28-year-old member of the House of Representatives like she's all that's going on in the country. All right, Trump. So is at some point here Trump going to, what's going to happen? Is he really going to get the message at some point here that time's up, bucko? Is it all going to turn? Is he going to run out of luck? Is it all going to catch up with him? Turn. I'm getting that it's complicated. Very, very complicated is what I'm hearing in my head. And we got 5 cards. Let's see what they say. His affair. Yeah, affairs with women. No. Okay. The party, and then more questioning. Republicans not being as willing to stand up for him. That's an unexpected card. Decisions. Being pushed out. Him being pushed out. It's like this is the other end of this where he's grossing up my cards again. Where, just let's get the party started, and ends up in a place of no. Because the country's sick of it. The country wants calm and quiet and just decency. Is it going to come suddenly? Is it going to have something to do with things he's done in the past? Is it just going to be gradual? Is he going to get... Are other people, the Republicans, going to really give him a run for his money for 2020? Whatever it is. He's lying. He's going to lie. I'm shocked. Lying, 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 lying. That's what's going to get him in trouble somehow. We know the special oh, isn't he going to be deposed in the, oh, what was her name? A woman who's bringing a sexual harassment claim against him? Summer Zervos, I think her name is. His lies are what is going to get him in trouble. That's what I'm hearing. It's his lies that do him in. Shifting a lot of money around in the background. Putting things in Melania's name. Shifting a lot of money around. These are like SDNY investigators, or investigators against international money laundering, looking very closely at his books. So that's what that feels like. I can't resist. Just those cards. I said 3, and of course I got 4. I use way too many cards, but it's just the way I read. Sword of Truth. Government catching up with them. Tax avoidance. Taxes, fraud, mail fraud, wire fraud, bank fraud, insurance fraud. Yeah. Fraud, fraud, fraud. And it is his lies that are going to do him in. Well, that cheers me up. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. And hang in there. Thank you to everyone. Thank you for your kindness. And thank you to my patrons. I could not do this without you. All right. Hang in there. We'll get through this.